It's a beautiful day. Let's go on another plant walk on this wonderful March weather day. See what's available. Hey, good job, buddy. Here's a great example of a hackberry. Look at the warty bumps on this all over it. That's very typical of the hackberry trees. And this is not the time of year to get anything off of this, but it's a real easy to identify tree by the bark. Now, if we had leaves, you would have asymmetrical leaf bases. We can come back to it later in the year. This is more of a late fall and winter survival food, but it's still nice to see it. And then here right by it, some river cane or some variety of cane. I think it's a river cane. The young shoots are edible, boiled, and then they're just dadgum useful plants. You can do a lot with them. Musical instruments, build things, all kinds of stuff. Oh. And here again, here's a smilax briar. You eat the tender growing shoots. They're not growing right now, but it won't be long. Oh, got some. Okay, this is going to be a few things mixed together. There's a bitter cress, which are in the mustard family. It's about to make its little seeds that fling out. And then we have some chickweed. The little star flowers, real beautiful. Opposite leaves, that tiny line of hairs. I don't have a profile on these two. And then the elastic core in the center. Very edible. Beautiful stuff too. Here's the leftovers of some variety of mint. And still has just a little bit of the mint scent. This is definitely not prime foraging, but I suppose theoretically you could use this to make a tea, I guess. It probably would. There's some more purple dead nettle. And over, where'd it go? Over there. And is that going to be a buttercup? These, of course, are sweet gum balls, which means that we've got a sweet gum tree. One of those. And sweet gum balls you can make a medicine from. We should do that this year. We should do that. I love you too, buddy. Yeah. Onward we go, adventuring. Here we have a wild rose plant. We could use the leaves for a little astringency. There's no blooms on there yet, of course. But that's just nice to find. This looks to be a muscadine vine. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be a muscadine. A lot of those around this area anyway. This here is Asian privet. It's an invasive. Be in there a sec, buddy. Yeah, see, good job. You can't eat it. It has some kind of medicinal thing. I don't recall which. I never use it. A great compost because it keeps coming back. Just cut it down and it comes back. Just keep composting it. Here is a juniperous cedar. Most of the cedars that we have around where I live are actually botanically junipers, and I've been meaning to make a video to differentiate cedars and cedars. Well, these have medicinal properties. I think I'll wait until that video to get into it. Oh, here's a little holly. Got my shoes with me. You're more in touch with nature if you don't use them. Literally. And just like that, I became the shoe mule. Yep. Oh, look what I found here. Some elderberry plants that are leafing out. Aren't they pretty? And the leaves are diaphoretic, help you sweat. And they have the elder's properties anyway. Just the berries are the more famously used. And I don't use the leaves on kids. I use the berries or the flowers on kids. But here's one. You can see the little bitty bumps on the stem. Well, if it focus, you can see the bumps on the stems used in the respiration process, and then the leaves, the immature leaves. Yay! We've got honeysuckle vines waking up. We're gonna make a tea out of that later this year. You just wait and see. Out of the flowers, I mean. Daffodils way out here. I bet there was a home here at one point. I found a little walking stick with an interesting handhold. Actually, my kids found it. I just took it from them. It was okay. They let me have it. And we practiced our tracking with deer. We found something that might have been a raccoon.
No more deer.
And kid tracks. Let's see if I can stay on my own light. Look right here. We found some wild violets. Isn't that great? And the violets are edible. They have I did some kind of profile, probably a written profile on these. They have the 5 petals and that one at the middle and the bottom. It has the stripes that goes back in. They're fairly mucilaginous, fairly neutral, pleasant taste. They can be used as a thickener in stews and such. They have some medicinal properties too. I didn't expect to find these here, but it is the kind of soil, so I mean it fits. This is going to be excuse me, something in the Apiaceae family, I bet. Maybe something fairly benign, might be something dangerous and deadly. Best just to leave these alone if you don't know exactly what they are. Let's see, what else we found? We found some pine trees. I didn't show you those because those are pretty typical and well known. The walk goes on. Our poor little guy here, he has wet pants from playing in the water, and he's not happy about it. We're gonna go eat some lunch, maybe dry out. My other 2 boys were trying to hunt birds by throwing spears at them. I don't think the birds were in any real danger. And look right here, cleavers. They have sort of a Velcro-like consistency. They're a good lymph mover. They're a decent food. I like the juice from them better than eating them, though some people really like to eat them. Maybe I just haven't got the knack for it yet. But there's another classic spring one. These harvest themselves because they're like Velcro and they'll stick to your pant leg and come home with you. Isn't that nice of them?